welcome to another edition of X Factor presented by Xfinity alongside the Pro Bowler TJ Lang. I'm Dannie Rogers. Those Minnesota Vikings at 5-6, they are coming to town here to Detroit. So we're going to get some X Factors here from both teams who need to step up in order for these teams to have success. One thing we know, both teams will not be relying on their top running backs. Dalvin Cook for the Vikings, DeAndre Swift for the Lions, both dealing with shoulder injuries, so they're questionable. So that leads me to the X Factor. Who do you got up first?
Well, you just hit it. No stud running backs for either squad this week, so we're going to be wide receiver heavy, okay? Josh Reynolds, obviously last week, getting kind of in the groove with the 3 catches, 70 yards. He looks like he's finally starting to get the rhythm of the playbook down, the chemistry. Taking a look at his touchdown from Thanksgiving against Chicago down here at the bottom, it's really just going to be a perfect, kind of slows down right there, little double move in and out, kind of fights through the hole, doesn't let the DB slow him down, perfectly placed ball, touchdown. Big play in that game. They need more of this. You know, They need more of that downfield passing attack, especially when you have a guy like Josh Reynolds who is a big target. He can make these plays. I know he dropped, had that one in Cleveland that, maybe that 50-50 didn't come down with. Follows it up, responds last week well with the big touchdown in that game against Chicago, and they're going to need more of that. One other play I just wanted to highlight from the Cleveland game, DeAndre Swift's big run, but take a look at the blocking from the wide receivers. You can't get these explosive runs in the running game without wide receivers blocking and doing their job downfield, and I know it doesn't look like anything crazy. Comes off the line, gives a good shot to the corner right there, boxes him out, can't make the play, but watch the end of this play now. Keep an eye on this guy up here. This is Josh Reynolds' guy right there. When DeAndre scores, he's only maybe 3 yards away, right? So if Josh Reynolds doesn't get that block and sustain that block just for that second, that gives this guy a chance to catch DeAndre Swift and prevent that. Maybe it's a first and goal situation at the 5, maybe inside the 10. But those receivers have been doing a nice job in the run game. A lot of those explosives have come from when they've been blocking downfield. Josh Reynolds was a big part of it against Cleveland. I know he's here to be a threat downfield in the passing game, but when they do go run heavy, when they run the ball, those guys need to contribute, which they have been doing a nice job outside as far as the receivers go.
Reynolds really helping this past game to steadily improve. We saw 3 explosive passes against the Bears on Thanksgiving Day, all to 3 different receivers. On the other end, Minnesota Vikings, who are they going to need to step up with Dalvin Cook out of the run game?
Yeah, no surprise here. He is the, I believe, 3rd leading receiver in the NFL. Justin Jefferson. I mean, when you pair him up with Adam Thielen, it's hard to double team both those guys. But even you look at Justin Jefferson, he doesn't look like a second-year player. Even last year, he didn't look like a rookie. I see a little bit of a young Devontae Adams in him. Just the way he gets off the line of scrimmage and is able to create separation, the ability and the awareness to find the softness and the defense and the holes and where the ball is going to be. He's an impressive player. You take a look at him down one-on-one matched up here against San Francisco, and just watch the move off the line. I mean, look at the corner. He's on his toes. I mean, everybody knows what he's going to do. He's going to jump at him. He's going to try to stop Justin Jefferson. Boom. Fights through the hands to the face, gets around and fights through the hold, the jersey grab right there. Finds a beautiful opening down here in the corner. He draws a penalty, but it's still a 30-plus yard gain. He is a special player. He is hard to defend one-on-one. I think in the first matchup of these two teams, Justin Jefferson had about 8 catches in the first half. The second half, they limited to about 2. So they made some adjustments there. I don't know if it was going maybe just more zone coverage, having 2 guys on him. But whatever they did in that second half of that first game, I'm sure they're going to try to do the same thing because he is their number 1 target. He's the guy that gets that offense going. And you think about Minnesota. I know you said they're 5-6. They've lost all those 6 games by 1 score. They lost a couple overtime games. Baltimore, they lost by a field goal early in the season. Cincinnati, Arizona, even San Francisco last week was a 1-score game. They've got some nice wins on their resume as well, though. Beating Green Bay a couple weeks ago, beating the Chargers, who are one of the toughest teams right now in the AFC. This is a pretty good football team. Justin Jefferson, though, this is just a guy that wants it, right? It's kind of a broken play, blitz, Kirk Cousins, trust him, 50-50 ball. I mean, that's pretty darn good coverage down here from Green Bay. He's just going to, maybe a little bit of a push off there, but he's going to get open. He's going to grab the ball, and he's going to get in the end zone. And that was a huge play in that win over Green Bay. Green Bay is a darn good football team. That win came from Justin Jefferson and the production he had. Over 160 yards, 2 touchdowns against Green Bay. Last week, I know they didn't win against San Francisco, but his production has been solid every single week. He is the number 1 threat that this Detroit Lions defense is going to have to make sure they take care of.
The last time these Lions and Vikings met, Week 5. Vikings narrowly escape with a walk-off field goal. This close. Field goals are still haunting these Lions. However, what do the Lions need to do this go around to get a W?
Well, I think it just starts offensively. I think you have to find a way to score more than 20 points, right? I think that's kind of been the Achilles heel so far. They haven't scored more than 19 since week 1. And the defense, really, you look at since the bye week, 16 points, 13 points, 16, right? You feel like they're playing some really good football. The offense, they just have to do their part. And I know we saw a glimpse of it last week against Chicago with the passing attack, getting downfield a little bit more. Even the touchdown throw to Hawkinson was nice. I know it wasn't a deep throw, but those are the type of throws we haven't really seen from this offense. They got to find a game changer though. Now with DeAndre Swift going to be out for, obviously this week, who knows how much longer. Somebody else has got to step up and fill that production. If you're looking at a guy like T.J. Hawkinson, still trying to get going in the second half of the season, or the young running backs, Jamar Jefferson and Godwin Igwebuike. I think in the Pittsburgh game, 2 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Last week, he only gets 1 carry against Chicago, but it goes for 11 yards. He's a guy in my mind that can help fill that role of DeAndre Swift, because every time he's gotten the ball so far offensively, he can make big plays happen. So I think he's earned a bigger role in that offense.
All right, okay, Lions taking on the Vikings. Head coach Dan Campbell wants his team to play spoiler now. Let's see if they can spoil Vikings Day come this Sunday. All right, for the X Factor, TJ Lang, I'm Dannie Rogers. We'll see you back here next week.